So a lot of you have been asking me how much I spent on building my Twincam 16 valve Toyota Corolla. So let's talk about it. So basically, I'm gonna do an estimation cost of building a project car from where it was to the current state right now. So I'm gonna give you guys an examples of how much it cost, estimation price on building a project car from my experience. So let's just say I got a car for like 30 grand at the local dealership. So the first thing that you need to do when you buy this classic cars, like old cars, you need to make sure that the car is not stolen. Everything matches, the VIN, the engine now, everything matches. You have all the paperwork for the car. Because it's an old car, you don't expect to have, everything new on the car. You have to expect problems when you buy these old cars because you don't know the story behind the car. You don't know anything about the car. So don't go with the expectation of getting a new car, like everything works. No, don't go with that expectation because you're buying an old car, remember that, and you're not buying it from the Toyota or whatever. So what I did next is that I made sure that everything I have on me, like the papers and whatever, and I went to do the changing of ownership. That's the next thing that I did. Before focusing on the problems of the car, I made sure that the car is in my name and everything is 100%, like the license, it's up to date, everything, the papers. That's what I did next. So it will cost you around like 2 grand to do all the paperwork, the ownership and whatever, the license, everything, get new papers. About around 2 grand, I would say, from my experience. Around 2 grand. So now that I know the car is in my name, I've done everything, the paperwork, I know the car, I own the car now. Everything is well with the papers, everything is 100%. The main focus after you do all those things, I did the engine overall. No matter how you got the car, no matter if it's driving, you don't know the story of an old car when you buy it. You must remember that. So the first thing that you need to do is an engine overhaul. Make sure that you start the engine from scratch. I don't care if the car is driving or whatever. Make sure that you start from scratch. Because, we as people lie. You can say, I did this and did this and did that on the car. Before you buy the car, we always see these things on the description of the car. Yeah, I did the new wheel bearings, did whatever. So make sure that you do those things, guys. I did the engine overhaul. Engine overhaul, new bearings, new service kit, whatever, all those things. It cost me around, I think it was 3.5. Yeah, 3.5 to do the engine overhaul. Yeah, I think it was 3.5 or less, or plus or minus 3.5 to do the engine overhaul. So after I've done with the engine, the car runs smooth and whatever. The car is 100% driving. Starts well. Everything new. Engine done. Suspension done. Now you can focus on doing the bodywork of the car. You check for rust. You check for all the damaged part, like on the bodywork. And it cost around, as you know, guys, this was a sponsored paint work for my car, but it cost around 10 to 15 grand to do the job that they did on my car. 10 to 15 grand to do the paint work. The car had a bad scratch on the driver's side from the rear door and the front door. Yeah, I think it was that and that. Yeah. So it cost around 10 to 15 grand to do the body work, the paint work, and whatsoever. I'm talking about the job that they did on my car. Cost around 10 to 15 grand. And then obviously, when you do the body work, you have to change things like headlights, tail lights. So those are like minor things. The tail lights cost me around, I think it was 1,000 rand for the tail lights. And the headlight, it was around 1,000 rand also. And the new grill, it was around 650. The mud flaps, small things, that looks new. You have to get those things when you do the body work. I mean, you can't paint the car new paint and then you have old lights on the car, yellowish lights. So you need to change those things. So it cost around, that much. And then, obviously, I haven't done the interior, which is something that I'm gonna do next on the car. Before going for like air suspension and whatsoever, I have to do the interior of the car. So this is the interior of the car at the moment. As you can see, I have to get a new dashboard, do the door panels, cover the seats. As you can see, they're pretty damaged. If I can remove this thing, you'll see that, you have to do these things. I have to do the panels, change the windscreen, do the roof lining, as you can see. So I haven't done the interior, just cleaned it when I was starting this project. I only cleaned the interior. So I have to do the interior. Get the front, the whole dash. Getting a nice one. I don't know if I'm gonna fit, what you call, do this steering wheel or get a newer modern Toyota steering wheel. I don't know, I'll see. Keep it original or change it. Obviously, the sound will be the last thing that I do on this car. But yeah, so let's minus the price for the car. Let's say you have a body already or a car already at home that you want to build or whatever that you have at home. Let's minus that. Let's say you already have that car. So it's gonna be like 15 grand for the paint work. Like the paint work, that's the job that they did for my car. It will cost you around like 15 grand, let's say that. And then it's gonna be the accessory stuff like the headlights and whatsoever. Those are, small things. And then engine wise, let's say the car already has an engine. The car starts, the car drives. Let's say you have a car that drives and whatsoever, you need to do an engine overhaul. It will cost you around, like I said, plus minus 3.5 to do an engine overhaul, because you're replacing everything that's already there. You know what I mean? And what else? I haven't done the interior. For the state of my car, I got wheels. I don't have coilovers or air suspension. They just cut the spring. A body of mine charges around like 500 rand to cut spring. Obviously, you need to have wheels. Wheels are some of the things that are expensive also. So if you want to get nice wheels with proper tires, you will spend around, I'd say, 8 to 10 grand with tires, a set of nice wheels and tires. You spend around 8 to 10 grand. So I hope it answers your question of, you'll get an idea of how much you'd spend on building a project car to where mine is at currently. I hope you guys enjoy the video. Peace out. So yeah, guys, that's how it is. That's how much you'd spend to build a project car to this state. You guys know how it was before, so yeah, I hope it answers the question that you have. Don't worry, the oil leak is from this other BMW that we were busy with. It's not from this car.